morning to everybody. Hi, how are you today? I hope you all are doing well, because today is the community day for Pokemon Go. Today is the day that Squirtle gets his own shiny finally. Yes. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome because I still have my day one Squirtle from back in the day. And let me go ahead and get this started with the Facebook Live. Howdy, Facebook Live. How are you guys? And let me go ahead and also dashboard there. Let me bring up my other page for. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, here's my phone. Let me make sure I have that charged today. I'm gonna be doing a few things. Yeah, so I gotta propagate. I'm gonna propagate this particular stream to my other places real quick. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and like so. I'll put this phone to charge, because if I don't have it charged, I'm gonna be a sad boy during the community day. It usually starts, at least here locally, it starts at 11 a.m. I don't know if that's like the same time across the US, but this is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I don't know if you guys on the East Coast get it earlier, later, or if it's just a rolling designated time slot for everybody. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and copy this link. I'm gonna go ahead and post this to my regular Facebook. I'm gonna post it to my other page. Paste. Cut. Post. And page. Pikachu. Post. Paste. Cut. Post. Publish. Alright. There we go. I'm also going to be doing an opening right now for legendary treasures. I'm going to do that on my phone. So let's see if that works. See if that works. This is a decently long cable. Let me go to Instagram real quick. I'm gonna Instagram live this. I think. Here we go. Alright. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna move this to, let me see if this will. Interesting. All right, cool. All right, so right now you're gonna hear that audio coming through the mic, which is okay for now. Sorry, guys. And we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna head over to there. All right. Put on these glasses for added effect because today is Squirtle's day, and Squirtle Squad has his time to shine. Did you know that the Squirtle Squad from like, or the Squirtle today being released today with glasses is not gonna have these glasses. I was very disappointed. They basically copy and pasted Pikachu's glasses, summertime glasses, or whatever you want to call them, and just stuck them on the Squirtle. I'm like, come on, guys, you gotta get that right. It's either complete circle or full-fledged like flare like this. Like you can't. There's no in between. You gotta go either or, right? So anyway, so I'm gonna start this this video right here. Alright, and then I'm gonna do a pack opening real fast. Somehow, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that, because that's gonna be kind of awkward. So I don't have two hands. I don't have two sets of hands. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-open, kind of, this pack right here. So I can do everything all at once. Okay. This is an old pack. This is like 10 years old. This is from 2006. You guys, I don't know if anybody cares, but it's from 2006. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, alright, cool. Alright, here we go. Alright. Let's start the live video. Hey, how are you doing today? So, yeah, today is the Squirtle Community Day for Pokemon Go, and guess what? I'm all decked out in my Squirtle Squad gear, and I'm probably going to be going with these glasses, this hat, these pins, plus a Chubby Blastoise pin on my hat. And yeah, we're gonna go community day it up on Pokemon Go, because our particular community is pretty awesome. They give out free food and stuff over at the community center in Fontana here in SoCal, California. And yeah, right now though, I'm gonna do a pack opening. Okay, it's been a while since I talked about Pokemon cards. Oh. There's a dude. Okay, I'm gonna make sure not give away that code, because that could be valuable. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the pack opening, you guys. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna do what I can here to let's see here. All right. So people online can see as well, because. Here we go. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. So that's from the pack itself. I haven't modified this in any way. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, so this particular set is pretty interesting, alright? Because this one came out with not only some pretty baller cards in and of itself. They're called the Gold Zekrom and Zephram cards. They're pretty special, but they also contain the Radiant collection, so they're kind of cool. Alright, so we have first a Swablu running away from a Charmeleon. I'm not exactly sure, but he looks angry. He doesn't look very happy at all. He looks kind of pissed. Doesn't he? Then we have Timpole. Alright, we got Timpole. We got Tepig. Oh my goodness. Alright, we got the reverse holo there. Alright, that's cool. We got Solosis. We have Prinplup. We have Prinplup as a reverse holo and reverse holo rare. And we got Seismitoad as our rare. Oh darn. So no crazy gold card today, guys. No crazy gold card. Ooh, but we do have a Is this a rare? No, it's just an uncommon. Wow. Check this out, guys. A purloin. And man, is that card pretty. Equally. Wow. This is one of the first times they do some of these different kinds of prints and stuff for each of their cards. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can. That's pretty cool. At least I think so. Anyway, so that's the rare for that. Then we have another one, another interesting, like, let's see if I can get. You see that? You see little stars and stuff? Oh, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Minchino. Then we have Dredigon, which is just an uncommon. We have an energy switch. Cool. Alright. And then we have a code card, which I'm not gonna give away. I'm sorry, guys. But I do have 4 more of these packs. Each one of these packs cost me $10. And yeah, I'm gonna be talking about today on the podcast about all these things right here. And I'm gonna be talking about all of these cards right here. So stick around if you guys, or go on Facebook Live if you guys want to check me out. I'm also on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer. I'm on all the places. So come check me out if you guys want to learn more about how to collect and trade in Pokemon cards. So yeah, thank you guys very much. And this is Squirtle Squad out and Designated Inquirer. So yeah, peace guys. See you guys later. Bye. Alright, cool. So that was that, you guys. Thank you very much for your patience. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back up here. Put this. Oh, hello. Hold on, I'm getting a call. One second. Well, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I'm back. The music should be back. And, yeah. Let's make sure this isn't too loud for you guys. Oh. I want to make sure that's only looping because I don't want to get hit with the copyright hit. That'd be bad. I hope I'm not getting hit by a copyright hit. Anyway. Let me go to chat right here. Make sure that it's there's a chat. There it is. Hey, Insomniac, what's going on? What's up, buddy? I hope you slept well. I hope this morning finds you well, and I hope you're going to the Pokemon Go Community Day. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about all those Pokemon cards and stuff over there, and I'm gonna start this podcast. Are the audio levels okay? Let me know. So I can lower this. Let me know if this balance is good, because I need to learn where this balance should be. If you can respond. Yes, this is good. This is good balance. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna start the song over, and then I'm gonna start the podcast. So I'm directly uploading to Anchor, and they're putting me on Spotify. I think it's gonna be Apple Music. I know I'm on Stitcher and a few other places where they put up podcasts, so that's kind of exciting. So this is my first. Yeah. Oh darn. It is a little warm. All right, I'm gonna kill the fan. It's gonna get hot. All right. We'll see what. All right. Yeah, I'll deal with it. Cool. All right. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna start the podcast. I'm gonna be quiet for just like one moment, and then I'll jump in. Hey guys, welcome to another podcast episode of Designated Inquirer. Today we're going to be learning how to trade and sell Pokemon cards. I'm going to be talking about all the kind of either low-key gear you may need, the types of cards that are available, what people tend to collect, what is considered valuable in the art of collecting and trading Pokemon cards. And yeah, it's gonna be a little warm, so I am gonna turn on the fan, so you guys are probably gonna hear that because it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, y'all. It's pretty hot. So if y'all could bear with me, if anything, it should be a ASMR type of vibe to it. If y'all are into that, I'm not exactly sure if y'all are into that, but if you guys are, feel free. I don't judge. Anyway. Thank you guys for stopping by, and yeah, let's get into it. So for those of you that are watching me live through my stream and stuff, I'm wearing some Squirtle Squad glasses. If you guys know what Squirtle Squad is or Pokemon is, look up Squirtle Squad. The main leader, or Ash's Squirtle, wears these pointy glasses. I'm going to be wearing these to the community day that's going on today on 7/8/2018. It generally starts at 11 a.m. For us is Pacific Standard Time, and where I'm gonna go is to the Fontana Community Center. They have one of the best community days I've ever seen of anything in my life. Everybody pitches in. It's like a potluck. People just bring food. It's free for everybody. They bring water, they bring snacks, pizza, sometimes like 12-foot subs. Like, they bring all sorts of things, and it's completely free and done by the community itself because they see that a lot of people love to do this and that they want to keep it going, and they want to effectively provide a safe and comfortable space to do it in. It's completely family friendly. There are little kids there. There are grown-ass men like myself that do it. There are grandparents that are doing this with their grandkids. It's a beautiful thing to see. And so that's where I'm going to be at about 11 o'clock today. I'm probably going to be heading out around 10:30ish or so to like get cleaned up and then get ready to go. But that's what I'm going to be doing later on. But right now we're going to be talking about some Pokemon cards. So I'm gonna, for those on the stream, I'm gonna mosey on over here, and I'm gonna start talking about and showing you guys what I know about these cards. I also have a Discord, which sometimes I have open, sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna be able to see chat while I'm over there explaining, so if y'all could bear with me, y'all could keep this hype and stuff, that'd be great. But y'all don't have to. I'm just happy that you guys are here. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope. Oh, Laser Lace! Yay! Laser Lace is my friend. She's on Mixer. She's an awesome human being and pretty cute really cute lady, and she'll keep you guys entertained for hours. So shout out to her. But yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna start explaining about how to collect and trade Pokemon cards. I may also step out real quick because I do have to grab some satin gloves. Maybe not satin, but some cotton gloves, some white gloves, because it is one of the tools of the trade. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go grab that real fast. It's gonna be a little awkward, but I'll be right back. You're gonna, oh my, you're gonna hear a door and stuff. So 1 second. Thank you guys. Alright guys, I am back. Turn this fan around for me real fast. Thank you very much for your patience. Alright, so here we have your gear. Right, I'm gonna first go over rarity types. I'm gonna put on these gloves just for good form. When you're dealing with the commons and stuff like that, those kinds of things, you don't have to wear these. But I'm gonna wear them today because I want to be and present the most professional face possible when dealing with your collection, because we are dealing with a collection potentially very valuable cards. So Insomniac is now oh cool, thank you Insomniac, thank you for following me on Mixer. Sweet. Alright dude, I appreciate that. Alright, and now you're gonna live forever on this podcast as well. Sick. Alright, here we go. Alright, so right now we're gonna talk about not booster boxes. We're not gonna talk about yet about PSA graded cards, not yet. Ooh, we got another follow. Oh, you hosted me. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, we are gonna talk about rarity. Alright. We're gonna talk about rarity right now. Okay. So just straight up common rarity, okay? Alright, so here we have it's a little more difficult to mess with these. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna mess around with these right here, which are some cards that were taken from a Legendary Treasures set. Okay. Alright, so here we have a Minccino basic card number. Okay. This is gonna be not the most common, but generally it's gonna have just a single number, one over another. The top number is gonna be the set number, and then the bottom number is gonna be the total number of cards in that set. Okay. So if you guys remember the old school cards, like the super old school cards, which I'll show you guys right here, just for nostalgia's sake. Like this energy search right here. This energy search basically has the basic info that a lot of these new cards have. Okay, and they're gonna basically tell you. The set number, the number of cards in the set, which in this case was 59 out of 62 for an energy search trainer card. This one has a stamp for first edition, which is set it apart from a lot of the new cards today because they do not have first edition stamps. I think that would be very cool to have, but these do not. Okay, we also have the illustrator generally. So this one is illustrated by Kenji Kenebuchi. Alright, every single card is generally going to have, yeah, its illustrator, and it does. A lot of times the Pokemon itself will have what's called flavor text, which has nothing to do about what the card can do itself, but what the card is trying to convey about the Pokemon. So, for example, Seismitoad. The flavor text here reads, "It increases the power of its punches by vibrating the bumps on its fists. It can turn a boulder to rubble with one punch." So that's a description of what Seismitoad can do, which is kind of awesome. For Minccino, we've got Minccino greet each other by grooming one another thoroughly with their tails. That's super cute. I did not know about that about Minccino. That is super awesome. Item cards don't generally have that flavor text. They just won't. But in this case, we're just talking about like what it is. A lot of times also you will find on the card itself a symbol. That symbol will represent what set the card came from. In this case, for this trainer card, Energy Search, this came from the fossil set. It has a tiny little fossil looking hand on there. That means that it came from the fossil set. So if you have an old, super old card, unless it has 0 markings whatsoever, it probably did not come from the original set. There's also Japanese cards, which they were the first ones ever. And also have in here, I'm going to show you guys some of, this is like of the personal collection, which I don't know if I'm ever going to sell, but I'm probably going to grade. Let's see if I can get to a, where is it in here? There it is. Aha! Alright, so if you see here, this is a Charizard. Alright, this is a Charizard. Oh no, dang it! This is from Evolutions. You can see this symbol right here. That's how you can tell. Lol. Let me see if I can find an origin here. Alright, cool. Alright. There's one of, this is also not from the original set. Let's see, I think I have one right. Nope, that's Quilava. I know I've got one. Lol. Yeah, here. Alright, nope, that's not it. Here. Haha! Alright, cool. Alright. This is a good way to give it examples of 3 different iterations or reprints of the same card, but how you can tell which is which and which is effectively more valuable and which is not. I'm also going to go over what the difference in price is if they happen to be graded, okay? Because one thing is what your eyeball can tell, and another thing is what a professional grader can tell. And will be able to assign a given grade. Alright, but before I do that, I'm going to finish off basically describing what the rarity is of a card. Just on the face of it, and just from a standpoint of rarity within the set. Okay, so how much they've effectively printed of each card only in the set itself. Okay, so first off, you have basically here at the bottom is either going to be a circle, a diamond, and or a star. Okay, and or a star. It's generally going to be along the bottom, probably next to the set symbol on the new cards. On the old ones, they're just in the corner itself. Okay, but you generally have a circle denoting a common card. Okay, so when people try to sell cards on eBay, if they're selling a big old stack of cards and they'll say common and uncommon, what they mean is basically they're selling the most common cards of the set, and or just generally. And that holds true because they generally print a lot more common cards than they do uncommons, and likewise a lot more uncommons than they do of the rares. Okay, and then from there, so we have circle for common, diamond for uncommon, and we have a rare with the star. All right, the star symbol. Apart from that, we have quite a couple other things to take into account. One is whether or not a card has a holographic, basically whether or not it's shiny on the artwork, whether or not it's shiny everywhere else except the artwork. For example, this Tangela here. This Tangela here is shiny everywhere except the artwork. That one is called a reverse holo. That is generally common and found in all newer sets past like a certain one. I forget which one started effectively the reverse holo tradition is what I'm gonna call it now. So yeah, this is your next step up in terms of rarity. Above that is directly a holo card, okay, which is gonna have the artwork itself in holographic, shiny, etc., foil, or what other people would call it. And is generally also, a holo is also going to be generally a rare card, okay? So that describes effectively rarity. Then above that we have what's called either now in the modern sets we have what's called a GX or EX, okay? It's gonna have generally artwork along the entire card, but it's not gonna be as special. These are like, these may look really cool, but they're not generally as expensive as the ones that I'm about to show you. These are effectively, anybody still watching? Wow, you guys are still here. I'm impressed. Thank you guys. I haven't been able to see chat, but let me see here. Hosting on 2 platforms? Yeah. I'm actually hosting on 4 platforms. Oh, you're hosting me on 2 platforms. Oh, dude, thanks. Yeah. Definitely spreading the Pokemon love. Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, so this GX is, only showing basically your artwork, your attacks, and then a GX or EX attack, alright? This card, just with the artwork itself, is generally either like $1 to about $10 depending on which Pokemon it is, because it's important in like what's in the current meta, what's being used at tournaments, which one is just really cool and collectible, which ones aren't, etc. So that's going to determine a lot about the general value of a GX. And so it can be like $1. That may seem cool, but compared to some other ones, it's not a whole lot at all. A step up from that, I'm gonna go over this one. This is like an outlier kind of. A step up from that, we have what's called the full art. The full art is effectively, it's a textured version of the other one. So those of you that are watching me on the stream can see what the effective difference between a regular GX and a full art is. If I move it around, you can see the full texture of the card on display. They basically have ridges and lines following like what effectively the artwork is for the Pokemon. Right now I'm showing 2 Tapu Finis, one that's a regular GX and one that's a full art GX. Okay. Above that, in terms of rarity and value, we have what's effectively called a rainbow rare or secret rare. Okay, these can come up in a couple different ways. A lot of times they will have either gold borders. This one is a full gold card. This is different, okay? I'll talk about this in a second. They will have gold borders, and then they'll effectively be holos, and they'll have kind of like the full texture stuff. They'll have full texture on the card itself. And those would generally be secret rares. The new modern secret rares, for most intents and purposes, are called rainbow rares. Okay, these rainbow rares are basically show the colors of the rainbow and are fully ridged and textured like the full arts, and these are quite a step above in terms of rarity and print in the set itself. That's what makes them more rare. So they intentionally they print a whole lot less of it, and they put more time into the design and etc. features of the card itself because it's a secret rare. So these generally range, they can still range a lot between effectively 5 and from the most expensive cards in the modern sets, like of what's live today, between $5 and $100. It can vary a lot. It highly is specific about what the Pokemon is, what the attacks are, how collectible it is, etc. That matters a lot. Okay. Then we have into special cases. All right, we're gonna jump into special cases. All right, first special case is during each set that comes out, you're effectively the Pokemon Company itself will throw a small party. This party is called a pre-release party. Okay, so before releasing a set, they will throw a tiny party, basically introducing the set to all the players of the game that are interested to play the game. And you can sign up at your local trading card shop, comic book shop. Generally, they will also do it as well. You guys have to call in and see where that's done. You can also find out where it's done in your general area by going to Pokemon.com. You go to their trading card game area, and there they will have, you can look up locations for all pre-release parties and different events, including tournaments and other things like that. They'll be run by the local Pokemon professor. Yeah, people that run these events are literally called professors in this game. That's freaking awesome. You could be like Professor freaking Oak. That is so cool. Maybe one day, once I'm retired, I will make myself a professor of Pokemon cards. That would be freaking awesome. That is like life goal, like out there, but it's something that I'd like to do. Anyway, so at these pre-release parties, they will give you a box, a small box with a range of new cards from the new set. Also included in that box will be one card, one of either 4 or so, that come with the designation of what set it is. It's written on the hollow part itself or somewhere on the card as a stamp that denotes what set it is. In this case, it literally writes out Sun and Moon Ultra Prism. This is a Lucario, and this was effectively in the pack when it was released. And yeah, so these are called stamped cards, I guess. They also have a promo number on the bottom because it's not only of the set itself, these are promotional cards. So there are there's the immediate set, which is in this case Sun and Moon Ultra Prism is one set. There's another one called well, let's go Sun and Moon. There's Burning Shadows, right? That's another set that's out there, but they all fall under a more broader set or kind of like generation of cards that's called Sun and Moon. Okay, so that, yeah, it can get a little confusing, but bear with us because this is Pokemon and it's been around for a while and they keep some stuff that can be confusing. Anyway, so that describes effectively your subset, your general set, and now, yeah, these basically stamped cards or promo cards. These promo cards will have basically the general set, in this case Sun and Moon depicted in the letters SM, and then the number of the promotional card within that general set, in this case 95. So look out for that. In Pokemon, if you're any fan of Pokemon, you know that there are evolutions. In order to play the game, generally you have to be able to play the basic card. A basic card. We're gonna go all right, I'm gonna finish off trading first, what's like important in trading, and then I'll go into describing the basic gameplay itself later on if you guys want to skip to that. I may put it in the notes, etc., show notes later on, so you could have skippable timestamps. But we'll see. Whew. All right, now we're gonna start to get into what is generally collectible and what you guys can start finding out about what's good, what's not, all that jazz. Okay, now we're gonna get into shining cards. These have been kind of rare, have only been in 2 sets. One, Shining Legends, which is a more recent set, and the other one is a couple, they generally vary between where this one came from, which is another in Pokemon. There are 2 versions, generally there could be 3 versions of any single Pokemon. There could be a male and female, like Pikachu has just its regular tail and or a heart tail, denoting the difference between male and female. And then there will also be a different color scheme. So even though we have a Charizard here that's your typical orange, blue wing, green wing in the very first depiction of Charizard, in the Shadowless version, I think he was green winged. You also have a different color scheme altogether, where here I'm showing off the shiny version of a Pokemon, which in this case is a black Charizard with red wings. He's really cool. Yeah. So those can be the difference between basically what's a shiny version and are generally highly collectible because they're ultimately more rare. It's like seeing an albino version of an animal out in the wild. It generally doesn't happen, and it makes them look either super cool or super weird depending on what your opinion is of them because of like their color scheme. Same thing can happen with Pokemon themselves. So in this case, I'm showing right here a Shining Celebi. This is a shiny version of Celebi itself. Okay, Celebi is, to some would be considered either mythical and or a god Pokemon. Let's be real, Mew was the first god Pokemon, and he should probably be the only one. But there are god Pokemon in Pokemon. That in and of itself is another topic altogether, because I haven't really gotten into all the lore, because I've been away from what Pokemon is for a while, and yeah. Anyway, so we have shining Pokemon, which are kind of scattered throughout a few sets, but ones that are considered shining have come from 2 sets. You can look this up on Bulbapedia. It's its own Pokemon Wikipedia page, okay, if you guys wanted to know a lot more information about a lot of other stuff. There are shining cards, and then there are other cards that effectively depict shiny Pokemon in what's called the Gold Star card, okay? This Gold Star will generally be depicted with a tiny little gold star next to the name of the Pokemon itself on the card. These come from defined sets. There are no new gold stars that are being made. These sets have been since they've stopped making them, and so there's effectively a finite amount of these, and they're generally really freaking rare. When this set came out, the number of these cards that were printed in the set, kind of like the rainbow rares, okay? So there's different kinds of rainbow rares, right? So there's ones that come effectively 1 in every pack, couple in every pack. Then there are cards that come in 1 in every 200 packs, okay? Then there are cards that come in 1 in every 1,000+ packs. That's hard to find. Like these can be like this Solgaleo gold I don't. It's a gold card, but it's also considered a secret rare because it came in Ultra Prism. It was the secret rare of like maybe. There's like a set of secret rares, but this one is like a punch above. So if a rainbow rare, a regular secret rare would come out and be like one in every. Depending on if of one Pokemon, you would be able to find a secret rare in every maybe like I say 100 to 200 packs. Okay, you'd be able to find maybe one secret rare of one card. This buddy, along with a couple other ones, these come in not just a Pokemon. There's two of them. There's Solgaleo and then there's the Lunala. All right, I'll show you guys one of each. Here's the other one. Alright. So there's the Lunala and the Solgaleo GX gold secret rares, okay? These guys come in one of these, not even just one or the other, one of these in every 1,000 packs of cards, okay? Different packs of cards, okay? So that would mean that you would have to buy boxes and boxes of Pokemon cards to get a shot at getting one of these, okay? This one right now is about $60 raw. This one, the Lunala GX, is about $60 raw, meaning raw, when I say raw, and generally what people, when they mean raw, means not encased in a PSA case, okay? Once they are encased and graded, they are effectively a graded card. That's what you generally depict them as, either done by PSA, Beckett, and maybe some other ones, but I don't even know their names because I don't even trust who or what they are, or what they do, etc., because I don't know about them. Not to like poop on them, but I just don't know who they are, etc., so I can't speak to their professionalism, etc., or whatnot. Anyway, that out of the way. So the Lunala GX Gold Secret Rare is at about $60 a card raw. The Solgaleo is around high 70s, but on eBay selling for almost 100, 115 each a card, okay? And that's raw. Graded, a PSA 10, okay? So I'm going to show these guys. I'm going to put these down right here. It's going to get a little crowded, okay? It's going to get a little crowded. Generally, a PSA 10, okay? Effectively the highest grade that you can get for a card in PSA standards. It ranges from 1 to 10, and that will effectively describe the condition of the card. From damaged to what's called gem mint. Okay, so it's so minty fresh, it's so perfect. They needed to add another adjective. Gem mint is what the designation is called, and generally what people call them is Gem Mint 10. Gem Mint 10 is like the highest possible grade and condition of a card that can be like held. Beckett, a 9.5 in Beckett will equal a PSA 10, Gem Mint 10, okay, just for reference. This Shining Rayquaza that I'm showing right here, from the Shining Legends set, number 56 out of 73, this one is a PSA 10, okay? So it has been graded by a professional, a trained professional, on looking at the card, seeing all of its flaws, if any, and basically said this one is effectively flawless. Right? Be very careful because they are now eBay. There are some people on eBay, some shady people on eBay trying to sell PSA cards that are faked, meaning their label is incorrect. The Pokemon card inside could be fake itself, so be very careful when buying, okay? You can check the what the card is. I don't know if it'll say who's graded it,
but it'll basically tell you if you go to scan this barcode and or look up this number, it'll on PSA's website, which is psacard.com. If you guys look at this, look at that number and or barcode, etc., it should give you all the information about what the card is, how many exist in a particular grade, and how many exist generally as a population of graded cards in the world. So, for example, there are only, as far as from what I remember, the most up-to-date information that I have and or I'm aware of, this 2006 Japanese Gold Star Charizard from Dragon Frontiers, only 2 exist in a PSA 7. Okay, there may be other ones that happen to be first editions, etc., that are probably English, etc., that may be first edition English, etc. But as far as this particular card, that happens to be not first edition, that happens to be in Japanese, and that happens to be in A7, grade 7, there are only 2 of these that exist in the world. Okay? Alright? As far as graded, there may be other raw ones that could be in PSA 7 condition, but nobody's graded them, and as far as the world is concerned, it does not exist. Okay? Because it could be destroyed, it could be whatever, it could be a flood. This encasing generally protects against water damage, moisture, generally temperature a little bit, probably not fire because it is encased in plastic, but that's up to you to protect from fire. Anyway, so this is like the cabasas. These are the Cubans, like PSA 10s of like decently rare cards. These are like the gold, the holy grails. The grails is what people that collect generally term what people like to consider as really they're valuable, worthy of chasing, etc. type of card. Grails, that's what they call them. Of Ultra Prism, the set for Pokemon, which is one of the recent sets that came out, these gold cards are the grails. The difference between a raw card, non-graded, near mint, meaning generally considered 7 or above under PSA, raw card, and a PSA 10 will be a difference of at least 10 times the value. If a condition of a card can be confirmed as PSA 10, it increases the value effectively as like a general rule, like basically to about 10 times the value of the raw card. 10 times generally, sometimes more depending on age, etc. or whatnot. Because if I were to have a raw, this is to pick some. Right now I'm showing the people that are watching the stream the difference between different reprints of a Charizard, okay, of an old school Charizard. It effectively has the same artwork, but there have been reprints. One being the original set, okay, the original set. This that doesn't have a set symbol because this was the OG, okay. The OG Charizard, you have a base set 2, which was the second printing of Pokemon cards and of the base set, and so this is base set 2. It's depicted by that set symbol. Then you have effectively a reprint in a later set in time. This one is from Evolutions by this set symbol right here, and if you can see also, the writing has changed position. Okay, that's very important because you can get tricked pretty easily, like in thinking like, oh, that's a really old one, oh my god, I have to get it. But be careful, be patient, and take your time to learn about your cards, because it can vary drastically between what's what. Okay, because the value between this one and this one is a lot different. Well, this one can be worth, in generally near mint condition, about maybe like $10. This one, base set 2, could be worth about 20 to 40. This one is generally about 40 or so and above. Then you have the first editions. First editions of these will generally increase the price to about double. Then you have, if we're talking like old school cards only, the first base set. Base set, all right, has a very interesting history. Base set has a very interesting history with California in and of itself. Okay, so this one is generally called the unlimited printing of Charizard in the base set, the first set. Okay, then there's what's called first edition. Okay, so that means that it was the first printing of this card in general, meaning literally the number of times machines were turned on to literally print this card. The first time machines were turned on, generally, when the first time machines are turned on to print a card, is called, they can be called first editions. Okay, so put a little stamp on it, meaning this was the first batch of cards that went out and got printed. All right, but California has one particular special designation where there was either a plant here or something here. Not exactly sure exactly about the history, but what I do know is that there is a special designation in these base set cards. Okay, because there could be a first edition stamp, kind of like you saw with the item search card, if I can find it. It's somewhere here. That could be right here with this base set. That would generally be normally be considered the first printing, but there's even a more basic printing. Okay, so of the regular cards, or of one particular factory was printing them with effectively an error, or which a visual distinction between a factory, I think it was here in California, that would print them without this particular shadow along this border. Those would be considered to be called shadowless base set cards. Okay, and this type of defect, printing defect / mistake, printing error, was only existed in the ones that were released in Southern California. Okay, and this was generally considered the first printing of the English set. Okay, that makes it a step above in terms of rarity and or like value, because a first edition shadowless card can generally go between what's considered a super clean card, almost $2,500 to like almost $5,000. Okay, like $2,500 for a super clean first edition shadowless Charizard card can go for $2,500, $2,500. It's pretty insane as far as Pokemon cards go. And if you happen to find and or see a PSA 10, okay, PSA 10, a Gem Mint 10 Charizard first edition shadowless card, that is amongst one of the most expensive Pokemon cards on the planet. Okay, amongst, because it's not even the most expensive one. The most expensive one right now is almost considered like $1 million card. Okay, but we'll get to that later. A first edition shadowless Charizard card from the base set will run about $25,000. $25,000. That's a down payment on a house. That is buying a whole car cash. That is almost the entire price of a Tesla Model 3. A single piece of cardboard. A single piece of cardboard. That's why I'm treating these specially with these white gloves. $25,000 is some of the value of these cards. So if this card in particular, okay, this card in particular can be worth about $100, expect prices to be about, if the Sol Galeo GX Gold Secret Rare card is worth about $100, expect the PSA 10 to be worth about $1,000. It's generally, you can see it online on eBay for about $775, $750, $700. But and a PSA 9 will dramatically drop the value of, there's a steep decline. It is literally like seeing a logarithmic, geometric increase, not a linear, yeah, basically a logarithmic increase in the value of the card. Where a 9 is dramatically less valuable than a 10. Because a 9 will probably give you could be between 60 to 40% of the value of the card. And sometimes with these newer sets, PSA 9s will get you roughly the cost of the raw card. Will get you roughly the cost of a raw card. It can be pretty dramatic. You can basically add maybe $10 to the cost of a raw card to effectively cover the cost of grading. Because if you grade in bulk, generally it can be about $10 a piece to grade a card. If you grade in bulk, you have to, at least as far as I know right now, if you happen to get a subscription with PSA, you can gain access to getting bulk pricing, meaning that you can effectively get lower prices to grade any individual card. Where grading an individual card could cost you anywhere between $17 to $50 depending on how fast you want it and how much time you generally expect to have them have it to grade, to basically $10 a card. That dramatically reduces the price per card, effectively your unit cost for doing business, to $10, and I find that to be pretty reasonable. And yeah, so so that's why a PSA 9 of the new ones will generally run basically the cost of the raw card plus $10, and that's if you're lucky. That's only of the new cards. Of the old ones, PSA 9s are generally actually really good, while a PSA 9 of that Charizard, the first edition Shadowless, a PSA 10 will go for $25,000. A PSA 9 could go for about 10 to 15. I'm thinking is, I'd have to double check. But so yeah, don't quote me on that one. So yeah, that's what I know about PSA grading in terms of what cards could go up to in terms of insane amounts of costs. Alright, now we're going to talk a little bit about hardware. Alright, so you guys saw effectively what a PSA case looks like. It's generally called the clamshell because of how they're closed, etc., secured. This is the best way that you can protect your collection. A lot of times people will grade their cards because they hold sentimental value. Alright, they don't really care how much it'll be worth, whether or not it gets a super high grade or not. They want it because it's the card they remember, or it's literally the card that they had. Okay? I have one card kind of like that, and that I probably might not sell ever. okay, because it holds kind of like that nostalgic feeling. I was hoping to get this in a 10, okay, but this is how crazy they can get. This, referring to those that are listening on podcast land, this is a year 2000 Pokemon promo, the Mewtwo Black Star number 14. This one is in excellent condition, excellent. It's basically a PSA 6. Is the best way that I can describe it. And now this would otherwise be a flawless card, because I went and like hunted this thing down and like went to go find where this was, where it came from, and it comes from the original Pokemon movie of the VHSs that come with a yellow movie box. Okay, that's where these come from. These were they like are birthed. If you can find one of those sealed, they will generally have one of these cards in it. Your gamble is whether or not it comes out unscathed. Generally, I thought this card was like in mint condition. I checked it out, all the corners looked really good. The only way that you can get away with any damage on the corners is on the very corner itself. The back of the card is super important to have really crystal clear. Where if I have, I'll show you guys an example of damage. Okay, that's really hard to see, but if you see here, there's generally a little bit of damage around the border. For English Pokemon cards, that's a lot more of an issue because it's easier to see. There will literally be white chips. There will be like white, I don't know if you can see it there. There will be white chips along the border of the back of the card. There can be 0 chips along the regular border of the back of the card. Sometimes what will happen is that there would be some damage on the very corners, and that's from literally cutting and moving the card initially from the printing press itself, okay? But in this case, the damage came from how it was stored inside of along with the VHS and the little plastic covering. There was a small little dent, an imprint of something in this bottom corner. That's all it takes. A dent or an imprint, kind of like a coin falling on it, a small dent in the card will drop the grade of a card from a 10 to a 6 automatically, no questions asked. So that's what happened to this card. There was effectively a dent in this bottom corner over here that caused this thing to drop from effectively what I would have considered to be either 9 and or 10 to effectively a 6. But I don't care, because this comes from the very first Pokemon movie that ever came out on VHS, and I remember watching this thing as a kid, and that's why I love it. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, so that's this Mewtwo Black Star promo number 14. Yeah, so that's I have a lot more. Generally right now, how you can get cards are from your local shops. I went and picked these up yesterday from a card shop named Card Rush by Buena Park. Okay, they're super cool guys. The shop itself is amazing. They have an amazing selection of packs. All right, these legendary treasures go for about $10 a piece, and they're one of the only stores that actually have them available to purchase. You can find them online as well, but unless you physically see something, it's hard to trust on whether or not somebody will have something. eBay does a pretty decent job of having like the stuff that they say, but look at their sale history, look at what their sell rating is. These two cards right now that I'm showing to the stream is called the Rayquaza and Deoxys Legend card. Okay, so these come, I don't know where these come from. It's either from Dragons. You know what? I can't tell you. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not gonna guess. But these legend cards depicted is like one big depiction, okay? And these are generally depicting a battle between two highly legendary Pokemon. In this case, between Rayquaza and Deoxys. All right. It'll have the added bonus of having the text effectively scrunched and or broken almost by the Pokemon themselves on either or card, sometimes on both. And yeah, they're pretty special. These I got for $25 a pop, and I got these for $10 a piece, and I got 5 of them. So I dropped with tax $108 on these cards. I got them because I got these two in particular because I wanted to grade them. I got the Legendary Treasures packs because I wanted to get a shot at the gold Zephyrum and Zekrom. Did I say that right? Maybe not. Maybe not. I probably got it. Zephyrum? I'm not exactly sure. I probably got that wrong. But the equivalent gold cards to these old ones. And they're pretty special because they effectively have the same kind of rarity. They were super hard to find. They were about $1,000, 1,000 packs per, like, to find one. You needed to open about 1,000 packs to find one. So I'm only using 5 chances to see if I could find one. Well, it's a long shot, but I wanted to do it, and I felt that $50 was a good way to do that. Also, the value of the cards, of the other cards that happen to be in that set, they're generally retaining some value, and so I decided that it'd be worth this shot. Anyway, yeah, so you can go to a local card shop and pick up what's called singles. Okay, they will have individual cards a lot of times of things that are either super useful in like the meta game today. A lot of modern cards they will generally have. They will also have old singles from the old sets. They will generally have a lot of times they'll have old packs themselves, and sometimes they will also have what's called booster boxes. Okay, if you see a booster box and it doesn't have like Pokemon printing on it, unless it's the base set, you will generally see Pokemon wrapping with Pokemon symbol on it. Okay, it's a big old Pokeball, the Pokemon name printed across. Okay, if it doesn't have that, be careful. It might have been repacked and re-plastic together. Don't get it. This one in particular I got from a dude. His channel on YouTube is called Alpha Investments. He generally runs sales for his patrons that can effectively buy from him at a discounted rate. I ended up getting a case, which means that I got 6 booster boxes of this particular set. I got a single case of Ultra Prism. Okay, right now they're running for about $114 a booster box for 36 packs. In each booster box you will find 36 packs, and in each case you will find 6 of the booster boxes. Okay, if you wanted to get into basically getting a lot to either store away, speculate, and yeah. So as far as like investing in stuff, that's where that comes in, because you can effectively buy and hold cards. You can collect where you're not going to care whether or not the price goes up or down. You're just going to hold. So, and or if you just want to play, like the expected value of a card is going to dramatically affect the value of the card, and whether or not you can get it readily for competition play or not. There are 2 major types of methods to play, or one being called Standard, and one being called is it called Extended? I think it's called Extended. Where basically anything up to black and white is basically legal to play with. Yeah. And next time I think I'm probably gonna, or in another video, let's see, what time are we running at? How long have I been doing this? For about an hour. That's perfect. All right. So I'm gonna say goodbye as far as the podcast is concerned, and I'll be still streaming, so you guys can find me here. The name is Designated Inquirer. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mixer, YouTube, and yeah. So yeah, now this podcast is found on Spotify, Stitcher, I think Apple Music soon, and a few other places where you can find your podcast. So go ahead and look me up on Designated Inquirer. You'll be able to hear this podcast and or see this stream on the other places. And yeah, thank you guys very much for sticking around, for being entertained. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to DM me, to send me a message, to like tweet at me, to whatever. I want to be here for the community, for Pokemon itself, for people that play video games, for like just being a decent human being. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. As far as the podcast is concerned, I'll try and generally do this once a week. Oh, dang. Cool, the podcast ends itself at an hour. So I don't know if I get to get all that in. Whoops. Lol. Well, that... Cool, I learned something today. Anyway, let me go ahead and yeah, we're gonna be switching it up now. Cool. Hey, yay! I'm glad you like it, Laser Lace. Oh, you missed your cars, Craze 321. Yeah, this was basically live, and now that podcast is like is being finished, being recorded, and I'm gonna go ahead and upload that to everywhere as possible. Okay, so Crass, all right, who's still here? Let me know who's still here and what you want to see, because I wasn't able to read chat or do any of that while that was going on. So let me know, you guys, if you wanted to see one card in particular, because I can do that now since I'm on stream. So let me know what you want Squirtle Squad. What you want Squirtle Squad to do for you. We're here for you guys. I'm here para ustedes. That's taking its time to upload. That's being kind of cool. All right, good. All right, I'm gonna clean up a little bit my area over there. Yeah, send me a quick message or something. Let me know what's going on. Oh, here's my Just Lito. Lol and Bo just woke up. Hey, Laser, are you down to oh, let's see, 10:30. I want to play. But I don't have a lot of time to play. Grr. Sad face because I have to go at 11. What do I do? Let's see if I message these guys. Let's see. Let me. Maybe able to stream later tonight. I don't know who's down to do that.
Maybe Bo's down to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys still there? Cricket, cricket, cricket. I knew you guys were hosting me. Thank you very much, by the way. Thank you guys. All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there you are, Insomniac. Sweet. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, generally, like there isn't like a repository or like, I mean, there kind of is, but they don't. I haven't really, unless you're talking about like, SM Pratt. He's got his own like video series and stuff. He's I guess now you can kind of consider him a YouTuber. Ooh. But he is the dude that runs a forum, and he has a pretty sick like eBay store. He is like, for me, he's like the authority on like Pokemon cards. He knows a ton of knowledge about like the history of the cards, events that happened in the card game. Trophy cards. Oh, that's another one that like I can get into. There's like so much information about Pokemon cards. It's insane. And yeah, it would be great to get that info out and like to just teach people, because I love this stuff. I love Pokemon in general, and I want as many people as possible to like enjoy Pokemon with us, right? And yeah. Wait. Whew. Man, it's been an early morning. 7 people. Whoa. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Squirtle Squad. If y'all wanted to listen to all the things that you saw on screen, feel free. I put a podcast together. If you want to listen to it, you can find me as a podcast. If you wanted to watch it, wait till this goes up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Mixer. Is that all of them? Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, Twitch. Yeah, that's all of them. If you want to watch it from the get-go, feel free. I explain basically everything that's on the screen that you can see right now, and then some. But yeah, welcome to the Squirtle Squad. Give me a like, follow, etc., or anything if you guys want to. And join us in the future for other Pokemon related content, and or video games, and or streaming, and or World of Warcraft, and or comic books, and or other kinds of really awesome nerd stuff like Goku, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Heroes, Pokemon in general, really fat Charizards, a little chubby Mews, and or a fat Blastoise, because I have those pins and I like to show them off from time to time. Insomniac. Haven't had Pokemon cards for a while, but I'm what you would call a secret classic Pokemon fan. I could watch Indigo League cartoons for. I could too. Man, they're so cool. The relationship between Ash and Pikachu was such a great thing to have as a kid. Dude! Oh my god! The relationship it is so beautiful to see. Like in Indigo, but some of this, like some of the new stuff for Sun and Moon, their relationship is reaching like new heights and stuff, and like connections between Pokemon and trainer that I didn't even know was possible. It's pretty exciting, and I want to watch the whole run of
Pokemon anime / cartoon, because since Indigo League, I haven't really been watching and I want to see it all. I want to know what's going on because there's some really interesting stuff and it looks really cool. Yeah, so for you Insomniac, check out some mega evolutions of like the original 151. Mwah! Oh my god, they are so cool. It's really good stuff. Let's see what else. What else can I talk about? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cool. Is there anything else that you guys would like to know about and or have me explain while I'm here? I'd love to just explain it again for you guys if you guys want to hear some stuff. I know you guys can watch the video later, but I'd be more than willing to explain something. If you guys want to know more of or repeat or anything like that, I'm here for you guys. Let me see. I'm gonna roll out what graded cards I have. Some of them. I'm not putting up all of them. So 1 second. Let me just finagle that. Yeah. Remove these. Oh, I forgot to get into the gear. There's so much. There's okay, so there's like semi-rigid, which this is what you use to send to PSA. This is how you should send a card into PSA, generally in 1 penny sleeve. So there are what's called ultra pro fits or ultra fits, depending on what the maker is, whether or not it's ultra pro. There's another one that makes Japanese ones and stuff, and they're really good. These semi-rigid ones, they're either called Pro Ones or these Ultra Pro semi-rigids. You can use these to effectively send to PSA. Then you have what's called a top loader. Okay, this is a hard case if you just want to hold on to your cards locally, if you're not like gonna send them into grade, etc. So that's hardware. Let me go ahead and move some stuff around so I have some space to show you guys. To show you guys these cards. Man, that's a good per line. This is shiny. This is cute as hell. This Minchino too. Super cute. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Move these out of the way. I'm gonna have to reorganize that later. Move that over. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't mess it up. Alright. Alright, here we go, you guys. Let's see here. Alright, so we have this Mewtwo one, which is pretty cool. We have this one. I think this is like my most expensive graded card right now. There's this PSA 10 Rayquaza, Shining Rayquaza. There's this Shining Genesect. There's this. These are my PSA 10s. Let me get my 10s out. It's from 2015. A Mega Mewtwo. See? I'm telling you, there's these megas. Regular Mewtwo from Shining Legends. These are my PSA 10s. Then I have my PSA 9s. Right? These ones didn't exactly make the cut. There's one more. Okay. This one, I guess I fucked up on. There was some error in there somewhere. PSA 8s are a really good grade. there's like some little mistakes somewhere, a couple mistakes that could possibly have on the face of it, etc., where it reduced the value, reduce the condition of the card. I'm telling you guys, these professionals are really good in terms of like their eye and how they grade. So these 9s didn't exactly make the cut. They were not perfect. They were not flawless. This Mega Rayquaza, PSA Mint 9. This Shining Mew from Shining Legends. And this Secret Rare Mewtwo from Shining Legends, PSA 9. So those are the PSAs that I got. These are the Mewtwo's that I have. And this is, yeah. There's so much stuff, so much love. There we go. There we go. That's good enough. Lol. Let me see if you guys asked any questions or had anything to say. Do you think that they will ever make a Pokemon RPG game where you're the trainer and basically trained to be a Pokemon master living in the Ash life? I hear that that's probably, maybe possibly gonna come out this next year on the Switch. I hear that there's an RPG that's gonna come out. I think. Because it would be super crazy if you could like travel from like basically Kanto or start off wherever you wanted and go to anywhere else and like fight in the different like Pokemon leagues. That would be pretty awesome as well. Yeah, so that's what I got to say about that. If anybody's got any questions about what's on the screen right now, let me know. I know, right? It's pretty crazy. I understand that they want to give like each place its own like hype, but they could do that kind of like what they do for WoW, in that there's an expansion to it and like let people explore that area. Cause God, that would be so cool to see them like just run around. You could like, yes, like an MMO. Make it an MMO where people could like take out their Pokemon, chuck it on the ground, and like either control the Pokemon or like it's in tiny AI where like you can either tell it to do a move. I think the Pokemon Quest from the new game, I think this strikes the perfect balance where like you don't have to have like so this is Pokemon Quest. Okay. The music is really cool. This game on the mobile has, I think, one of the better balances between basically turn-based and direct control from like Pokken on the Switch, where like you're directly controlling the Pokemon, and between basically turn-based where you're individually setting out which move to use and how and when, and if you're going to use an item, throw a Pokeball, etc., all those things. Between the two, I think that's a pretty decent balance in that your Pokemon has like an AI to it. It has a method to fighting. It has like, it does its own thing, but then you can tell it to execute a particular move at a particular time. Kind of like how Ash does it with Pikachu, right? He's trained Pikachu. It like has these tactics and stuff, and like is like doing things how they've trained to do, and then at the same time Ash basically tells him when to do something, like a particular move, to execute Thunder, to execute Agility, to execute Iron Tail. Like all these things is like, I feel like it's part of the experience. I think telling it to execute a particular move is like more in line with like what the experiences that we see in watching the anime / cartoon. That shiny Mew you have, I think I had one of those, but I was too young to know to keep them in good. Right, right. I have my old cards too, and they're pretty like messed up. Like when I started learning about conditions and like grading and stuff like that, like I thought I had some good stuff. Like, oh, this looks like it's in great condition. Like, how much better can this be compared to like cracking it out of the pack? There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. And it partially makes me sad, but I'm glad I know now, and that I can go out and hunt my favorite cards, my favorite characters, and stuff like that. I'm surprised they haven't made an Ash Trainer card. I'm really surprised that they've never made an Ash Trainer card. I think that would be amazing. I think that would be really cool. If that was something that they could do. Because they have the Ash Pikachu in like his hats. There's 7 of them right now. They're pretty collectible. They've kind of come down in price a little bit, but exactly, you gotta catch them all. You gotta just do it. Just do it. And what's like what makes it even harder is the advent of shinies. I'm like, no, that's so many now, and like the fact that they're even rare amongst like the individual species. Like, no, because this Pokemon Quest game, they have shinies too. I had no idea. I have a shiny Paris. In that Pokemon Quest game, in Pokemon Go, they have shinies. In the card game, they have shinies. In the in-game, they have shinies. And like the drop rate is like insane for them in all of these games slash cards. They're all insane. So it's like they know how to push your buttons. It's pretty silly, but it's crazy. But I love it. Damn it, it's so good. All right, let me go ahead and give a description here. Taking you through a tour of Pokemon trading card game. We talk about collecting and valuations of cards in general. Prices. You have oh, there's shinies in that one too. I haven't played that Mega Card game. I don't know if it looked kind of silly, to be honest, but I may give it a shot. Prices depicted are semi-accurate as of the recording date. Let's see. A good place to start learning about Pokemon cards. Enjoy. Publish episode everywhere. Full episode, season 1, episode 2. Publish episode. Boom. Published. Alright, cool. So there we go, guys. The podcast is now live. So, well, on Anchor. Later on, I'm not exactly sure when it'll be available specifically. On I know these things, but I'm getting hungry. on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Stitcher. Where else? Where else are these? Let me see. Let me see. Where are settings? Where podcast can be heard? Okay, so right now I'm on Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher. I think it takes a while for it to go onto the Apple Music site and stuff. Even if you guys don't listen to the whole thing because you probably watched the video and something like that, if y'all could go onto those wherever you happen to consume, the easiest way you can, if you guys could go there and give me some sort of rating or something like that, to even see that somebody listened to it is like, makes my day. I've had 2 listens of my previous podcast, and each time I got one, I was like, I gotta listen. Ooh, how exciting. Like, making content is pretty nifty. It's interesting. It's kind of cool that something I'm putting out, somebody is using their valuable time to listen. I very much appreciate all you guys' time. Thank you very much. It is definitely a good time. Okay, it's a good time waster. Good. Everybody needs one of those, right? For that Magikarp game. Definitely. Let's see, what time is it? It's about 10 o'clock. Good. Alright, I got about another half hour to go. Let me see how my posts have been doing. Cool. Yay, I got a follow on my Instagram. Woo. Not bad. Oh, that shirt. Who's got that shirt? K-Magic? I have that shirt. What a jerk. He stole my shirt. Provoke Design won't let me have this. Lol. That's funny. So there's this Bob Ross shirt that you can get at Target. I have it. K-Magic, which is another streamer. He was on Twitch and now he's on Mixer. He's a pretty cool dude. He's talking about that Bob Ross shirt that I have. Aw, that's me. That's what I got. But yeah, I'm gonna be palling around out there today in these things. Done and done for Spotify. Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, sick, dude. You're all right. I got a follow on Spotify. It's so exciting. I have 3 plays. Yay! Lol. This is cool. Aw, dude, thank you. I appreciate it, Insomniac. Dude, I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. That makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, that Blastoise life. Woot. Oh man, this is pretty fun. Oh, I got these satin gloves also from Amazon. They sell you white gloves for what's called white glove work. Generally, if I'm opening packs, I will try and open it with those on. It makes it a little more cumbersome, but it saves you from potentially putting oily thumb and fingerprints on your cards, especially if you're like anticipating. I really do, but in order to get emojis, I need to be like only on one platform in particular, like Twitch or Mixer, for me to have like emojis, and for me to be like an affiliate and or like partner of that thing. And I'm trying to make it like on a bunch of different platforms, but maybe I can program like a command or something with OBS Streamlabs to like basically pop up a Squirtle Squad like a
like that one GIF where he's putting those on. Like that would be kind of cool. I need to do that. That's something I do want to do because I'm pretty sure that OBS Streamlabs could effectively like can look for commands in a way, like look for text in particular and then execute a function. So that would be kind of cool. Because I was also thinking like as far as like Dragon Ball is concerned, to have like dueling like fighters, like a Goku and Vegeta or something like that, like depending like how many times people like push a command or something like that, there's a fight brewing and like it could be like going one way or another and one side could win or the other. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, exactly, or follows or hosts, like that stuff. But I need to learn how to get GIFs and like how to make them like kind of customized and stuff. That'd be interesting. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh. Ooh. Oh man. Ooh, woo. Let's see. That's that. What else can I show you guys? There's like so much. But I'd have to go into the other room and bring out like my stuff. What else? Oh yeah. So apart from just collecting, I'm trying to sell them as well. A decent place to do it through is eBay because they let you set the shipping costs, and I've basically been able to reduce the shipping cost about a little over maybe like to 60 cents per ship. And no, is it 25? Is it 25 cents per? I think it's 25 cents per stamp. I think, or maybe more. How much is it per stamp? Per first class stamp. Let me check it out. First class stamp cost 50 cents. Okay, 47. Okay, 50 cents. And then probably like another 10 cents for like the, maybe 10 cents, like a penny for the envelope and sleeve, things like that. So about 50 cents, 55, 60 cents. So if I sell like any individual card, like over $1 or something like that, over like $5, I generally eat that cost. Otherwise I post it up. But yeah, I'm taking the time to like categorize all my cards, like between type and set, and then the app for if you're looking to get back into Pokemon cards or any kind of trading card for that matter, there's this app called TCG Player. I don't know if it shows up because it's green and blue. Let me see if that shows up. Yeah. Kind of looks like that. It's called TCG Player. It's an app, but it can look over here. It has a scanner, right? It's blank because behind me it's looking at green. Let's see if I can see. All right, it's got a scanner on there. Let me see if it'll scan. Let's see if it'll do it. Almost. It's almost there. Oh, it got it. Look. We got it. So it'll say what the card is, whether or not it's a holo, and the price right now, the market price of the card. Right now, Shiny Genesect, a raw card, a not graded card, is going for $6.05. And so generally a PSA 10 will go for about 10 times the amount, or some other specified amount, sometimes 20 times, or etc. Because I think I can sell this one for about 70 bucks, I think. So yeah, that's the app that I use. I have a PayPal account, I have an eBay account, I have that TCG player, you can have your own account, but when you're scanning your cards, it can export it as a dude. Brandon Alanis, dude, thank you for the like. It can export you the all the items that you scanned, because it'll make a list. It'll export all the items that you scanned into an Excel file, or an Excel exportable file, or a CSV. So it'll basically spit it out into like a text sheet, and it'll separate things by commas and stuff. And so Excel has a function where things separated by commas can be split into individual cells, and so you can effectively make yourself an Excel sheet of like your inventory. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking the time to like basically make. Oh, dude, everybody like visited. That's cool. Oh, thanks everybody. Nicholas Alvarado, Tommy, Bo, my good old buddy pal, Steven, and now Brandon. Dude, thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, apparently he loves Dragonite. Sweet. I hope he had the shiny Dragonite from that one community day. But yeah. Oh, if you guys are playing Pokemon Go, I'm gonna go ahead and post my friend code in case y'all want to become friends and or would like to trade Pokemon at some point in time in the future. I don't know if trading itself is only executable if you're like nearby. Maybe. But if y'all want to just like exchange gifts and stuff, or want to receive a gift from me, I'm gonna put up my code. So let me get it real quick, and then I'll input it as a comment. Alright, my code is as follows. Let me see here. Apply to all chats. 997969706853. Space. There you go. Cool. So to everybody that's on chat or would like to see the video later, that's my code. Yeah, hope to see you guys on there. Yeah, I think because it's like 10:20 or so, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I may be streaming later tonight, most likely. And I'll probably be playing either some Sea of Thieves and or some World of Warcraft. We'll see. But until then, have a happy rest of your Sunday. Be safe, be healthy, and yeah. Thanks, Insomniac. Thanks, guys. I love you guys. Thank you very much for your time, your very valuable time. I appreciate it. And get out there and hustle, you guys, as well. Take life for everything it's got. You've all got untapped potential. Release it onto the world. Be the very best that you can be. Gotta catch them all. Pokemon. Alright, guys. Take care. I'll see you guys either later tonight or at some other time. Probably, most likely next week, same time for the podcast. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Take care. Mwah. Bye.